All right, hello everybody. We are going to get Evan over here. And then we'll get it rocking and rolling. Hello everybody. Evan,
Hey, what's up, brother?
how you been, man?
Good, man. Oh, man, what a blast from the past.
Oh, it's been years.
Proud of you. As someone that went to school with you a few like what do they say, a few moons back. As someone that went to school with you a few moons back, I'm very proud of you. You're successful. You got a franchise. I mean, that's something that people would just dream of doing, and you made it happen. And I'm just so honored for you to reach out to me and be on your platform and tell everybody my story. And I'm excited. I'm excited about this chat.
Oh man, thank you. And I'm about to say the same thing to you. I'm so proud of you, my man. We came from the same place, and we're making it happen. However, we're making it happen, and that I watch your videos all the time. I know a bunch of my clients do. You bring a total positive energy around. You're always happy. That's always been you anyway. I wanted to reach out, Rawway, keep Rawway in the house, and get people to know you and hear your story. You can us and just chat. I haven't talked to you in so long, so I figured you're training now, so it'd be great.
Yes, yes. Well, I just want to say what's up, everybody. I hope everybody's blessed and healthy, and just staying positive. I mean, that's one of the messages that I promote with my brand. So basically, my name is Evan. I go by the name of Evan Beyond Fitness. It's a name that I came up with about 10 years ago um, at home. And I was like, okay, I'm into fitness. I've always been into fitness. I have a dance background. I like to look healthy. I like to eat healthy. But I believe that fitness is just one tier of the lifestyle. I believe that fitness is too broad. So if you really want to break it down, it's so many elements within that word. So I'm like, okay, my name is Evan. Um, I'm beyond fitness because I'm not only just doing push-ups, sit-ups, and jogging around the park. I'm actually eating healthy. I'm surrounding myself with like-minded individuals that are equally healthy or at least health conscious. So the whole concept of fitness is so broad. I'm like, let's go beyond fitness. So I created a website with the help of my brother. He created the logo, and I started doing small boot camps in the backyard of my dad's house in Rawway. And then from there, I transitioned into a dance studio in Woodbridge called Across the Floor. Shout out to Sarah. And I was doing adult boot camps at the dance studio. And then around that time, I was working out at Retro Fitness at a corporate gym. And one of the managers, named is Taryn Ash, he recruited me, and I started teaching classes at Retro Fitness. I also was personal training at Retro Fitness. This had to be about what, 20, 2013, around that time. And I've been going ever since. Worked at Retro Fitness, Zap Fitness, Powerhouse Gym, um, just pretty much all over Jersey. And then about 2015, I was offered a managerial position for Crunch Fitness in Somerset, and that really um, taught me a lot about the business, right? So basically, what that entailed was that I was running the group fitness department. I was the main trainer, main coach, and I was coaching trainers and group fitness instructors under my umbrella, with the help of corporate assistants. And then from there, I graduated and started running three gyms: Crunch Fitness in Somerset, Crunch Fitness in Delran, and Crunch Fitness in Morristown. So I was running three programs. I was considered the regional director and I got a chance to really build bonds and friendships to with my instructors. A lot of them were older than me, so that was kind of cool. That I was leading people that were more experienced with me, but it helped me to become a better manager. I
Right.
also ran the social media through the gym, so I got a chance to really learn about making videos, promoting the business. I did payroll, so I was educated with money, and then COVID happened, and I lost my job. I lost my job amongst millions of other people. I was devastated because I enjoyed working for corporate. I had a salary, I had benefits, I had a set schedule. So I mean, I know now it's popular to be an entrepreneur and be a business owner, but I was comfortable, having a boss and a manager. I was comfortable with that. So when I lost my job, I was like, oh, how am I going to do this? And around that time, virtual classes were very popular, but no one really knew how to. Well, very few of us knew how to monetize that, and make it as a business. So we all, me and my peers, were just running free fitness classes for donation based, and that was cool. Like for the first month, I mean, people were donating $50 to $100. I was like, oh, it's like okay. And then after a couple of months, it kind of slowed down. That's when um, what's that company name that was doing the bicycles? The
Peloton.
what's that?
Peloton.
Peloton. Okay. So once Peloton, like really like put all their money into the promotion, like our class wasn't going to fly. So I had to go back to the drawing board. I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? So I put together a business plan. It's like, okay, online training is a thing. I didn't know too much of it, so I really put my feet to the ground and started studying about online training, and I started pushing that. And then once the governor said, okay, we can train at the parks, I started training at parks, and then it got cold. So I'm like, okay. A lot of my peers were using grant money and different investments to open up small studios, and I was like, I kind of want something more in house. So spoke to my landlord, and I was able to set up shop right in my home. And I've been training a home. I've been running a home based business ever since, and as well as training people online. And I'm here today. so that's
Oh,
so that's
that's awesome.
pretty much my story in a nutshell.
Oh, that's awesome, Evan. You've been doing this now since what, 20, did you say 2013 or 10 years, 12
So
years?
I would say I've been doing this for 10 years. I've always been a fan of fitness, but I would say 10 years, because that's when I got my first certification. It was ACE. That's when ACE was popular 10 years ago. Now NASM is the certification,
Right.
uh, but there are other certifications that you can get to be a certified trainer. But I guess it all depends which avenue you want to go to. If you want to work for colleges and corporate gyms, it's important to have a certification. But it really comes down to experience. Because I know a lot of certified trainers. I know a lot of trainers that went to school for training that just can't sell personal training packages. And I'm sure as a business owner, you probably seen trainers come and go. Like they're nice people, but they can't sell. They don't have personality, and they don't have the experience. So it's really complicated in that regard. So I started off with my ACE certification, and then another reason why I like working for corporate, we had to get certified every year or every 6 months. So they paid for our workshop. So it was really cool. It was really cool to just be updated, because especially now with 2022, a lot of things that we were told that was important to do, now it kind of shifted, and it just is cool to see how the evolution of personal training and fitness business has become.
Absolutely. I definitely could tell you the one-on-one sector during that whole COVID time, it was definitely interesting. Every studio, every gym, everybody took a hit,
Oh
but
yeah.
it definitely brought out a whole different side and made you readjust what your whole objective of everything was for clients, for yourself, and just for life and all. I think a lot of us hit the reset button, and it was definitely interesting. But yeah, as fitness as a whole, man, like this is my 20th. What is it, 22? Yeah, this is my going to be my 20th year certified.
Awesome.
That's
Awesome.
crazy to say.
But so when okay, so you started when did you start your business? You started your business 10 years ago.
I started when I moved to California. That's when I started SKfit. That was 2011, and I had a business in New Jersey about 5 years before that, where I was stationed at a place. And in the 5 years before that, it was kind of like come and go, this place, that place, certified, but going from this gym to that gym, couldn't find a home. Kind of like
You started off independent. You like did you ever work in a corporate gym? Personal training corporate gym?
I worked at this place called Fit for Life. I worked at Yeah, and I was there for like 2 days as a trainer.
1 or 2 days.
It was as a trainer, like you go from this spot. I was going to all these little studios too, trying to grow, and
Sure.
that was one thing I found out that gym owners, man, they pound you, they pound you, they take everything. So that's where this whole brand came in, was like giving all the trainers, like whether you're the owner of the location or not, you have a shot to like really like run your own business out of a place and have access to everything all the time. So it was like growing up and going through all these bad parts, and like then you make your model and you're like, well, I hated when they did that to me, so I'm not going to do that to them. You know what I mean? It's like never falling into that thing of, well, it's more money to do this, it's more money to do that. It's never been that. It's all been about the trainer not having money and trying to run a business and running a business is probably the scariest and most uh, just overwhelming experience there is. You have to learn, you have to build stuff that makes sense and that works. So that's where this whole came about too. Um, yeah, just taking what I learned and building. And that, like I see with you in your classes, like one of my questions I wanted to ask you was, I know you're big on classes and big on one-on-one. Do you I know you're working with the kids. Like I see your videos with the kids. I see your videos at the beach. You
Yeah.
know, you're in your space. So like what? So usually trainers have a thing where they're like, hey, I like this one better. This is my thing. I like that. I'd love doing these too. But which one's yours?
Yeah, you know what? I always had, and even to this day, I have an issue with putting myself in a box because I'm gonna tell you, and I still am a lover of bodybuilding. I love bodybuilding, and I competed in NPC. I was a national qualified competitor, and I had placements. I got a couple of trophies, first place in Muscle Beach 2014. So that was my first love. But to call myself a bodybuilding trainer, it was difficult for me to just kind of just like, okay, this is what I specialize in, because I love bodybuilding, but I also like doing fitness workshop for children, and I also enjoy training the everyday working class person. So that's something that I still kind of, to be completely transparent, that's what I struggle with, because I understand, there's strength and conditioning coaches, there's bodybuilding coaches, there's coaches that just train specifically women, and so it was always hard for me, so what I say, I'm just the trainer of the people, for the people. I'm a family fitness coach. I gravitate to family. The working mom, working pop, the overweight teen. Or the teen that struggles with self confidence. That's who I work with. Um, as far as like professional athletes, I stay away from that because that's not my forte. So if anybody's like looking, oh, okay, I wanna make it to the NFL or collegiate football, I'll pass it off to someone that's more qualified for that. I have no problem doing that. I know a lot of trainers are just like, gimme, 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 I'll take this, but I think it should be a level of integrity with your brand and who you are as a trainer. And it's okay to say, okay, this is not my forte. This is not what I'm qualified to do. And instead of selling false hope to a potential client, it was like, okay, this is what I can do for you. So that's I hope I answer your question in the
Yeah,
next.
yeah. Here's one for you. One on one or group?
Okay, so I started off with one-on-one, but when I was working at Crunch Fitness and Retro Fitness, I I was pushed to teach small group classes. So, I mean, as a fitness coordinator, we had to learn it. We had to learn everything. We had to learn that. That's how I was trained. So
Which one
for
do you like?
a personal trainer call out, I had to cover. I had to cover somebody. If I had someone that got sick and they had a 7 o'clock small group training class, I was certified. I was trained to hop in because there was no such thing as canceling.
Right.
There was like, oh, Jeffrey can't make it. I'm just going. No, I had to go. I had to go look at Jeffrey's book. I'm like, okay, you're working. Okay, Julia is Monday. This is her leg day split. Okay, you guys left off with squats, and then I had to pick off where he left off at. So that's how I was trained. Um, as far as preference, I prefer bodybuilding. I prefer training people the basics. I'm real foundational fitness person. I stay away from the kind of like the tricky stuff, like the box jumps and all the backflips that everybody's doing. I try to stay away from that. So if someone is like, oh, I want to do what I saw, I'll just tell them no. I'll just say, like the old everyone be like, yeah, I can teach you that, but no, let's we work on the foundational movements, and then from there we'll tear it up either every week or every other week, depending on your progress.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I remember like that was me. I was more one on one, and that was just always been one on one. And did a group class in San Diego, and that was fun. I enjoyed that. It's for our Fit to Feast. We do this thing, Evan. I don't know if you saw on the thing, but I think it starts like September-ish, goes October, November. It's called Fit to Feast,
Okay.
where we get people in shape 8 weeks. We
Awesome.
we just do an 8 week hit and get them right up till Thanksgiving, so they're in pretty good shape, mentally, physically, in better shape than what they were, so they can feast on Thanksgiving. So that's why
Oh, that's an awesome concept. I
love it.
as a business owner, because the fitness field has evolved. Obviously, online training is a big thing. There's before 10 years ago, everybody was, well, even like, I would say 5 years ago, a lot of people were opening up gyms. Like there was like LA Fitness was opening up like 10 gyms a block, and Crunch and all this. And then with the COVID, everybody took a hit. How do you maintain a certain level of success as a business owner now, where everything that has shifted?
I think you see where it's going, but you take your core and you continue on your path. I think one thing that is big is one on one is big, and not to veer off and to go like all these different directions. Like we can offer things, but still remember what your bread and butter is, that you are about. Don't lose your vision. Don't lose yourself in all this. Trying to play a game that I'm not. Meaning like online training was and is it's bigger.
Right.
It's a it's spit in the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Much where you're gonna be. Like you might be big around your small group, but even on the national thing, like with different states going, you're just they have so much money that they just drowned everybody else out. These big companies and as fitness, if you stay like for me, I stayed on that path, one on one. We went by whatever we had to do. We worked when we worked as much as that we could.
Okay, you're good. Okay.
We worked we worked as much as we could, during that time to pay for bills. And if those adjustments weren't made by just going one on one, taking all the classes out of there, doing a little bit online. As soon as they open up the doors, the floodgates, let's get the PT going. We'll just have one person in there at a time. Uh, we know that we're not going to make any money for the next 6 months. We know that we're not going to do anything, but the the clientele is getting what they want. You feel good as a person still offering it to people, and
Gotcha.
hopefully your bills are getting paid on the way on that one. So that's how we did with COVID.
Okay, so from my understanding, you guys just doubled down on the one-on-one training, like you didn't try to throw anything extra. Like, okay, you know what? Let's do some hit this, let's do that. You guys didn't panic. You just stuck with your model. The model didn't break. You're like, you know what? Regardless of what's going on one. That's what we're known for. That's what we're sticking to. That's my understanding of that.
Yeah, and
And that's honestly that's admirable because I know for me, and again, I understand, I get it. A lot of business owners panic, man. They panic and they just kind of like either they sold or they closed down. It was nothing that I ever seen before, and I got caught. I got hit, man. I mean, I had a job. I had 3 jobs, and just to kind of see owners just like freaking out. I'm like, oh, what we gonna do? We're gonna do that. Let's just shut everything down. And as a independent owner, still focusing on your brand. I'm like, listen, we gonna stick to what we're good at. I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome.
thank you, Ev. Yeah, man, it was hard because out there every phone call you get is, hey, go into the mobile field, go into this. Your
Yeah.
mobile training, you know what I mean? It's all garbage, but you gotta just stick to what you're doing,
Okay.
and make it work. I know you got your client coming up, man. So I don't want to bother you.
No. You're good. You're good. Hey, say hi.
Hello.
Man, we gotta have a part two. We gotta have a part two with it, man. And again, I just want to say, man, thank you for having me on your platform. And we don't know what the future holds. I'm happy here, but there's always room to grow. So you never know. I might pop into one of your spots, man, and wear a red shirt, a red polo. You never know.
Uh, I'll tell you, Ev, it'd be an honor for you to come out and just see one of our spots, and maybe even be a guest coach to do one of your classes or whatever. It's all about building you.
Yeah.
That's what our places do.
And lastly, and I just want to add to that. Um, it's okay to collaborate. You know what I'm saying? It's
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's it's okay. Like a lot of times, we're in this like doggy dog world, and I think we come together, it creates more. I mean, if you're talking about money, it creates more money. It creates more opportunities. So never. And I'm not saying you got it. You got it together. But I'm saying for anyone that's tuning in, don't be afraid to collaborate. you'll add a lot of value to yourself and to others, man. But listen, man,
Said it.
I good seeing you, brother. I look forward to talking to you again, and you know, much bless and success.
Hey, it's always great talking to you. When I'm out in Jersey, I'll reach out to you.
Yes, yeah. Shoot me a DM, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Take care.
Take care.
Bye bye.